Alright, welcome to the second module of this training. And in this module, I'm going to be teaching us how to find a profitable book title to write on, or a profitable keyword that you can include in your book or insert in your book title to write a profitable book. There are 4 points you need to take note when carrying out your keyword research. The first point is you need to check out for the search results. The search result will help you know the number of books that have been written on that particular topic. I'll explain more of that as we proceed. The second point is the BSR. The BSR is the best seller rank. The best seller rank helps you to know if a particular book is actually making sales on Amazon. Then the third is the publisher. The third is the publisher. You want to know if a book is actually owned by an independent publisher or actually written by a brand. And the fourth is review. Reviews are actually what help you to know if a particular book is actually meeting customers' demand. Alright, so let's dive into the practical aspect. And the first thing we want to do is to search for Amazon.com. So I always advise that you click on the first suggestion here, spend less, smile more. And even if you're on Google, that is the official site. So because I'm on the Incognito tab right now, I'm going to click on continue shopping. So right here is the Amazon store, and you can please take note of what you are seeing right now, the display here right now. And this display is actually showing products and items that are available for the Nigerian market. You understand? As you can see here, we have delivered to Nigeria. So these are products that are available for the Nigerian customers to buy on Amazon. But because you want to write on a book and you want to focus on US audience, UK audience, Canada audience, and the likes, you just need to change your delivery address to that particular country. So I'm changing mine to a state in the United States. So I'm going to be using 9001. I'll click on apply and then I'll click on continue. So let's see what happens. So you can see that there's a change in the interface. You can see that we are having different products now, and these are products that are available for the US audience, especially Los Angeles. So if you want to change yours to Canada, you can go to your Google and check for postal codes or zip code of any state in Canada or in the UK. But I'm going to be using this for the sake of this training. So the next thing you want to do is, if you are a customer on Amazon and you are here to buy a product, you can just, maybe if you want to buy a book on Amazon, you can just click on all and scroll down to books, and it will bring you automatically to the search bar to search what you want. But we are here to make research on a profitable book that we can write on, or a keyword that is profitable. So what we are going to do here is we are going to come under bestseller, click on bestseller, and of course Amazon is going to display all the best selling products, all in all departments. So you can see iPod, you can see an iPad, earpod, and the like. So these are products that are actually selling. You might also be wondering why coin is on high demand on Amazon. But we are going to go straight to what we came here for, to make keyword research on a particular book. So you scroll down to books. There are different departments, but books is our own target and the main reason why we are here. So once you click on books, also know that there are different niches under books. There are different areas. There's art and photography, there's business and money for those who love to write about how to make money or how to sell a product. This is your niche. But for the sake of this training, I'm going to be making use of cookbook, food, and wine. And there are other books like law, their history, health, fitness, and dieting. And if you're a type that loves to help people come out of depression, come out of pain, and the likes, here is your niche, self-help niche. And the likes, maybe spiritual books, and you want to help people draw closer to God, you can come to religion and spirituality. But I'm going to be using cookbook, food, and wine throughout this training. And I'll click on cookbook food and wine because that's the niche we want to write. Now, under cookbook food and wine, there's Asian cooking, there's baking, there's beverages, there's canning and preserving, there's celebrity, but I'm not going to niche down here. So I'm just going to do a random search on all of these. But if I want to go deeper, I can click on cook and canning and preserving so that I will be making my research only on that particular part, canning and preserving. But we just need to do a random search under cookbook food and wine. So I'm scrolling down now. Of course, you can see the best-selling book here. The book is titled, of course, It's Good. You can see Skinny Taste, High Protein, Keep It Simple, 5 Things to Bake, and the like. So now, before I proceed, I want you to take note of this. If you are going to actually make sales on Amazon, you have to focus on a particular problem and a particular audience. Please take note of that particular problem and a particular problem, because those who actually make more sales are those that actually solve problem for a lot of people. There are a lot of people with health issues outside there, and they actually need solutions. That is why they come to Amazon KDP or Amazon platform, to search for books. So now I'm going to show us 2 examples here. I'm going to be using a random topic and a topic that actually points to a particular problem and a particular audience. Now, how do you know that? This book right here is just a random topic. Keep it simple. It's a random topic to me, and this one too, of course, is good. Just a random topic. But you can't compare such with a book that focuses on a particular problem like this. Now, this particular book focuses on anti-inflammatory issue. So this book is on diet for anti-inflammatory, and it focuses on a particular set of audience for beginners. Now, this book focuses on high protein. It's an high protein cookbook. Maybe those who really need to eat more protein, or that the body needs more protein. This is a book that is written for them, and also for weight loss. So it's a particular problem that people have. A lot of people want to shed weight and the likes, but you can compare that with a book that is just on random topic like they Keep It Simple. I just searched. I clicked on something. Alright, you can see it, Keep It Simple. So if I search for a title like Keep It Simple, Keep It Simple, here you can see on the search result that people actually search for this book. But is this book actually focusing on, is it actually a title you can write on? The first thing you need to tick here is the search result, and this search result is actually a no. I'm going to explain that later. And also the title, Keep It Simple, you can see this particular one is focused on food, easy dinners, your barefoot neighbor likes. This second one is Keep It Simple, daily meditation. Now this one is not even about food. Actually, it's another thing entirely. So that word Keep It Simple is just being used to write on maybe a general thing that how to keep your lifestyle simple. You can just use this word and write Keep It Simple, and your subtitle will just be your daily lifestyle and the like. So it is not a topic that you can actually write on. I call it random topics, but you understand more of it as I proceed. So here we have a book that points to a particular problem and to a particular set of audience, and that is anti-inflammatory diet. Now, here I come to the search bar and click on anti. Alright, just clicking on anti without even the inflammatory, you can see suggestions, you can see search results here. And also I'm making use of an extension, that is the AMZ Amazon Suggestion Expander Pro. You can see it right here. So it's helping me with my keyword research. So you can install it, and in the next video I'm going to show us how to install these extensions. And also I'm going to explain in the next video how to make use of PSR to know if the book is actually selling. But let's just continue what we are doing right now. and another extension here is DS Amazon Quick View, and another extension here is Bookbeam extension. So you can, if you know how to install an extension, you can do that. So back to what we are saying, what we are actually doing. So I'm going to click on anti-inflammatory. So let me just click on anti-inflammatory cookbook to see what we have. All right, now we have 1 to 24 of over 10,000 results. Now, like I said there are 4 points you need to take note of when conducting your keyword research, or when searching for a profitable title to write on. So here we have 10,000. This actually means that there are over 10,000 books written on this topic. Anti-inflammatory cookbook. Anti-inflammatory cookbook. There are over 10,000 topics, and when you see this 1 to 24, it actually means that in the list here, 24 books, until you click on the next section here. So let me go back to the top, and the reason why you are seeing some other books without that particular topic is because some books are on ads. Some books are actually running ads. So you can see that book we searched on that was 30 something in cookbook food and wine is number 1 in anti-inflammatory diet. Number 1 in anti-inflammatory diet. So if you go back to the search that we made before, that we saw this book in number 10 or so, you will see this book as the next, and this book might actually be in number 15, while other kind of cookbooks come in between. So we have this number 1, we have this number 2, you can see them. And the problem here now is we can't work with this search result because it is high. The competition is actually high, so we can't work with it. So we need to niche down. There's something we call niching down, and that niching down helps you. What it actually means is you are niching down to a particular set of audience. So if I say anti-inflammatory, okay, let me add. Now I'm adding diet cookbook for beginners. You can see other suggestions here. You can check beginners and see. You can check gluten free. You can check beginners 2025. So now I just want to check for beginners and see what we have. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it actually opened a different page for me entirely. All right. So let's still continue. A different tab, I mean. So this is 1 to 48 of 2,000 search results. Now, for the first point, please take note of this. Your search results should be within 1,000 to 3,000. I repeat, your search results should be between 1,000 to 3,000. So now we have a search result that balance, that is in between 2,000. So the competition is not that high, and there is a demand for the book. The competition is not that high, and there is a demand for the book. So I'm going to scroll down and check here. I'm scrolling down. So the next thing you want to do, if you have a good search result which is between 1,000 to 2,000, I said the next point is you're going to check BSR. BSR is very important, the bestseller rank. So one thing you need to know about the BSR is that the BSR helps you to know if a book is actually selling. And the BSR, full meaning bestseller rank, the higher it is, it actually means that the book is not making sales. If the BSR is high, let me put it this way: the higher the BSR, the lower the sales. The lower the BSR, the higher the sales. I'll come again. The higher the BSR, the lower the sales, and the lower the BSR, the higher the sales. Why is it that? Why is it so? It's because if the BSR continues to go up, it shows that people are not buying that particular book. But if it's coming down, it's actually coming down to number 1. It's actually coming down to number 1. So the next thing to take note is, okay, let's check the BSR of these books first before we proceed to the next point, which is the publisher. So you can see that this BSR is 461, this BSR is 14,000, this BSR is 11,000, and This one is 35,000. This is actually books for beginners. You can see all of them. The complete anti-inflammatory for beginners, super easy diet for beginners, the super practical diet for beginners, like that. So you just come up with something science backed, the science backed anti-inflammatory. So they are all written for beginners. So this book is on high demand. But the next thing we want to check is the publisher. You can see the publisher is Callisto. Callisto is a brand. Callisto is a brand. And the next one here is independently published. One, because if you're writing a book that the search result is within 1,000 to 3,000 and the publishers are all brands, you'll be having a problem as an independent publisher, because if you don't have a brand and you are publishing on Amazon, that means you are coming in as an independent publisher. So we have the first one, we have the second one, we have the third one, independently published. The second one is also independently published. The fourth one too, the same thing. So if we scroll down, we check on others. Are they also independently published? Well, the first you can see independently published. This one is also owned by Callisto. So Callisto is a brand that is into anti-inflammatory diet, and of course Callisto is actually selling more than every other person. You understand? And we will use the next point to know. We tick the first point, the search results, which is 2,000. Good to go. Now you can tick the second one, which is BSR, because we've seen numerous books that are owned by independent publishers. You can see, so other details are there, like the publication date, the language, and the likes. So the next thing you want to check out for is the reviews. So if you look at books that are published by Callisto, you find out that the reviews are high, 18,000 reviews. Then compared to an independent publisher who has just 500, and compared to these who have just 421, compared to these who have 169. But the truth about it, and the fact there, is that for you to actually get reviews that are even up to the list here 169, it shows that you are actually making sales. And you can see the reviews that this one is just 4 out of 5. That is in total. You can see it has 64%. The book is actually good and it is selling. Same thing with this. So they don't have a problem. Callisto is not overshadowing them. They are also making sales. Then this next one too, independently published and has 1.8. This book is actually making sales. So this is a topic that you can write on. So I would advise us to take this keyword, anti-inflammatory diet cookbook for beginners. And if by this time you are seeing this video, please come back to Amazon and do the research just the way I'm doing it right now to check if it is not saturated, because a lot of people already will have access to this course and they would see this and decide to write on it. So you need to go back and do your research to make sure that this book is not saturated as at the time that you buy this course to study. Then having checked the search results, the BSR, the publisher, and review, and our advisors as well, that another thing you need to take note that I'm advising us now is click on the reviews. Please click on the book, scroll down, just scroll down. When you click on any book, scroll down and please read the reviews. Read some reviews, at least if you can read up to 15, try read some reviews. Now you can see this one says, I picked up this cookbook hoping for detailed step-by-step ideas I could use during my busy week, but I found it somewhat lacking practical guidance. So if you're writing on this topic, please, yours should contain a practical guidance. And the recipes themselves look decent on papers, but there was a little explanation on meal prepping. So explain more on meal prepping in your own book, or how to juggle these recipes with a tight schedule. I felt overwhelmed, honestly. Of course, there's not how good you will be. You always get negative reviews. So we've hit the 4 points. Now you can come up with a book title under anti-inflammatory diet cookbook for beginners. So I'm going to see us in the next module to explain how you can actually use the BSR to check the number of books or the number of sales a book is making per day. And I also said I'm going to show us how to install these extensions. So I'll show us these two things in the next video. So see you guys in the next class.